Hello and good morning, friends of Sudoku. Here's yet another expert Sudoku by País. Today is February the 2nd, 2024, and we will get started right away. Let's see. 9 and a 9 blocking across here gives me a 9 here, doesn't it? 5s, 5 blocks over and down. One of these is a 5, so we're going to have a 5 here or here. But that doesn't give me any more 5s at the moment. 4s block here, so one of these is a 4. 2 blocks here and here, so we are going to have a 2 in this square because this 2 also blocks down. 8 now, 8 blocks down and over, so we have an 8 here. Therefore, we are going to have an 8 either here or here. We have 2 8s blocking these squares, and this 8 blocks the square here. So here's an 8. We have a 7 blocking here and a 7 blocking here and here. So here's where the 7 goes in the bottom row. We need a 1, 3, and a 6 for these squares. There's a 1 and a 6 here. So this is where the 3 goes. Since we only have the 1, 6 here, there isn't really a lot more I can do with the 6s. We have a 1 in this position because of this 1 blocking here, and this 1 blocking here and here, and this 1 blocking here. See? Here's a 1. And the 5 and the 6 must go here, here, or here in 2 of these 3 squares. It's also clear that because we have a 1, 5, and a 6 blocking here, that a 1, 5, and a 6 must go in these 3 squares in some order. The 1, of course, must go here or here because this 1 blocks here. And because one of these is going to be a 1, and we have this 1 blocking across here, we can say that this is a 1. And the only other square that we need is this one. It must be a 6. These now must be a 7, 5, and a 6. Therefore, we're going to have a 6 here or here, and we're going to have a 5 here or here. 1, 3, 5, and a 6 here. We got a 1 and a 5 here, so these must be a 3 and a 6. And these must be a 1 and a 5. And that tells us that this square must be a 3. Which now blocks up here. This 3 blocks over here, so we're going to have a 3 here or here. So 5, 7, 6 here, therefore a 4 here. A 1, 3, 5, and a 6 here. We've got a 1, 5, and a 6 blocking this square, so it has got to be a 3. We're going to have a 1 here or here for the simple reason that this 1 blocks here and these 2 1s block here and here. So 1 here or here, and that is all we can say about the 1s, I think. But we can place a 9 in this square because this 9 blocks over, and we got these 2 9s blocking here and here. So we are going to have a 4 here or here. We also need a 1, 5, and a 7 to complete here. 1, 7. This is a 4, 5. 4, 7. This is a 1, 5. Not quite ready yet. Maybe something nice is going to happen with the 2, 4 blocking across, like so, and we have a 2, 4 blocking up like so, and we have a 2, 4 blocking up like so. And also something that I must try to remember, it may not be important, but it does tell me that this square must be a 5 or a 7, because we need a 5, 7, 2, 4, and 9 to complete the first column. And we do have a 2, 4, 9 blocking here. We have a 2, 4, 9 blocking here. So it turns out that a 2, 4, and a 9 must go in these squares here. And since this 9 blocks here, and this 9 blocks here, so we got these two 9s blocking, this must be a 9. And now we're going to have a 2, 4 here and here, and a 5, 7 here and here. That was a nice quick way to isolate a triple, wasn't it? So back to the 1, 5, and a 6 that must go here, here, and here. We still need to think about what these three squares can be or must be. If they're not 1, 5, and a 6, there must be a 7, 8, and a 9. And we have a 7 and a 9 blocking here, so this must be an 8. We have an 8 now blocking across here, down here, and up here. So here's an 8. This 8 blocks across, this 8 blocks across, this 8 blocks down. This is an 8. And we know from earlier that one of these two must be a 2. So the 2 now goes here. Now we have a 2 and a 7 here and a 2 and a 7 here blocking up. So 2s and 7 must go in two of these three squares. So what about these three empty squares now? Well, actually, this 9 blocks here and here, so it's clear that this must be a 9. These two squares must be a 4 and a 7. The 4 blocks up, so here's a 7 and here's a 4. Two 7s blocking like so, therefore 7 goes here. 3, 5, 6 here, can we do anything? Yes, a 3 and a 6 block here, so here's a 5. And here, 3 and 6 now. This can only be a 1, and therefore this must be a 5. 1, 3, 6 here. Well, let's start with the 1 in this square. 3 and 6 here now, and those I think will have to wait. 3, 5, 6 here. 5 here, here. I think I'll go play somewhere else now. I want to play over here. And I will be looking for a 1, 5, 6, and a 7. And it's clear now that since the 1, 5, and a 6 block here, this must be a 7. And a 2, 3, and a 4 here. 3 here or here, but I think we kind of knew that, didn't we? Still need to deal with the 2, 4 here and the 2, 4 here. We are closing in on the 5s. This must be a 5 because this 5 blocks here, right? We know that this is a 5 or a 7 and this is a 2 or a 4. So this can't be a 5. And since this 5 blocks here and this is a 2, 4, this must be a 5. A 3 and a 6 here now. We have a couple of 8s blocking across and we have a couple of 8s blocking up. So an 8 must go here. We have a 9 blocking here and a 9 blocking here and a 9 blocking here. So here's a 9. 4, 5, 6 now here. We have the 5 blocking here, we have the 5 blocking here, we have the 5 blocking here. Here's a 5. 4 and 6 here now. And one of these is a 5. Since we found this 5, we know that besides the 1, a 6 must go in one of these squares. Since this therefore can't be a 6, we must have a 6 here or here. This 6 blocks here, so Here's where the 6 goes. Now these must be a 2 and a 4 pair. And we also now have a 6 here because of these 2 6s blocking these squares. 5 and 7 for these 5 blocks down. Here's a 7, here's a 5. Now we know that this must be a 7, and these 7s block across and up like so. Here's a 7. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Remember how we said that a 2 and a 7 block up here, like so? Now we found the 7. The 2, of course, cannot go here. It must go here. That gives me a 4 here and a 2 here. This 2 blocks here. So we have a 2 here now. And here are 1 and a 5. Here are 3 and a 4. We can get on with the 4s, I think, because this 4 blocks across here. This 4 blocks up. So here's a 4. That gives me a 4 here and a 6 here. This 4 blocks here, therefore this must be a 3 and this must be the 4. 3 blocks over here, therefore we have a 3 here and a 6 here and a 3 here. This must be a 6. This 6 blocks down here, so here's a 6 and here's a 3. That gives me a 3 here. 6 blocks over and up. Another 6 goes here. 1s and 5s still to be found. 5 blocks here, therefore this must be a 1 and this must be a 5. Now this must be a 5 and this must be a 1. Nice puzzle. I was a bit distracted this morning because the young people here are playing with fireworks. As you probably know by now, the Lunar New Year Festival is coming up next week and the week after. Fireworks are apparently readily available everywhere now. But anyway, we got it solved. Thank you for watching and bye for now.